Hey guys, what's up? Lord Meecher again here, your Lord of Video Games, and welcome to another episode of Trails to Azure. In the last episode, we went on a very interesting quest that the Vice Commissioner ordered us to take, and it was a weird one. But we're going to be continuing right where we left off. We are going to be tackling the next quest. We are going to be tackling this one. Stranger Danger, Chief Tolta. Then probably later the Megalobat. I'm not sure which order to take them. Or the counterfeit one. But we do need to get the cryptid one as well. But let's see, we do have to talk to Chief Tolta. Let's see what this is all about. If he's here, yes he is. What does my fool of a son think he's doing? It's concerning, yes. I believe there's a possibility he has been... Harold, how you doing? Hello, Chief Tolta. You called for the special support section? Oh, and Mr. Hayworth is here too? There you are, Lar. I've been waiting. I take it you've seen the request. Thank you for coming. Sure thing. Why are you here though, Mr. Hayworth? Ah, so it happens he has a stake in this particular problem as well. After talking things over, Chief Tolta and I decided it would be prudent of us to consult with the SSS. Considering the circumstances, we thought the situation called for a professional investigation. If that's the case, this must be a serious issue. I recall the description mentioning that this had to do with your son, correct? Yes. It's a very complicated matter. I can brief you on all the details if you're ready to accept the request. Is now a good time? Yeah, we're ready to help. Ready to help, Chief Tolta. Tell us everything we need to know. Thank you, SSS. I'm in your debt once again. As for what's going on, my son Derek has been acting strangely recently. It says they had some kind of sinister plan in the works. Sinister? Is it really that bad? Well, I don't know the details yet. As a matter of fact, I don't know what's going through that boy's head at all. You see, not long ago, Derek told Harold that America would no longer be doing business with him. What? Excuse me? That's a really big detriment to America, though. Really? Why would he do that? Haven't you always been on excellent terms with the village, Mr. Hayworth? Yes, I've done my best to be kind to the people here ever since we started doing business. I came to see Chief Tolta today because I was afraid there had been some kind of misunderstanding. And let me guess, the chief here was just as out of the loop as you were. Am I right? Yes, you are. We never intended to wrong Mr. Hayworth like this. Losing a customer in him would have been a grave loss for our village. I'm sure my son is fully aware of that as well. That's true. This is certainly strange. What reason could Derek have to go over your head and make a decision like that so rashly? Exactly what Harold and I have been discussing. In doing so, a certain questionable individual came to mind. Oh? Derek has been meeting with a foreigner from out of state recently. A foreigner? I don't have many details on him for the moment. But we know that he and Derek had been talking behind closed doors. Nothing's as suspicious, quite like a secret meeting.
Quite right. As such, my request to you is to investigate this foreigner for us. If he truly is plotting some sort of nefarious scheme, we need to put a stop to it at once.
I apologize if this comes off as rude, but is something like this truly worth submitting a support request for? Surely, the logical approach would be to simply speak with your son yourself.
Don't think that's our call, Teotot. I'm embarrassed to say so, but the young lady is correct. Derek and I have been at odds on how best to run the village for a long time. I try to confront him about this, but I can never get an answer out of him. As his father, it pains me to admit that.
No wonder you decided to consult us. That about brings us up to speed. We'll begin investigating immediately. I was thinking we could start by interviewing each of the villagers.
Feel free to do so. Incidentally, Derek and Elkin are delivering produce to the city right now. You may be better off speaking with them last.
Okay. Thank you for looking into this, SSS. I hope you can get to the bottom of things. We'll do everything we can, Mr. Haysworth. Quest, Stranger Danger. Okay. So, am I just talking to everybody, or how is this gonna go? Obviously not the kids.
Frodo's becoming biased, quite cheerful fella. He's never without a smile. Something about it really puts me at ease.
Oh. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Okay, so we're looking for ones that trigger events like this then, okay. Lloyd asked about the foreigner who's been visiting Ormorica village recently. Oh, him? Well, if I had to describe the man, I might say considerate. Considerate? Can you elaborate? Once he was passing by the children as they were playing, and they accidentally got his clothes dirty. Rather than raise a fuss, he paid it no mind. In fact, he even gave them some candy. I didn't decide whether to thank, compliment, or apologize to him. He had me speechless. Interesting. Well, thanks for your time. Oh, okay, so we're looking for people who trigger that. The kids say something. This foreign guy who's been coming to the village gave us some candy. Then he yelled at us for getting his clothes dirty, but he didn't. It's a good thing people like him exist. There's something up with that monocle guy. Oh, he wears a monocle. He looks nice and smiles all big, but his eyes look like they're hiding something. Oh? Okay, Stefan, pop off. Mom's playing Camille the other day. His butt was all red like an apple. You apported nothing to the conversation. Oh. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner who's been visiting Amorica village recently.
Oh, him. He's got a keen eye. Tell you that much.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the man's become infatuated with our honey. He was raving about it being a surefire hit they could sell across the entire continent.
I see what's going on. Sell across the continent? What is he, a traitor or something?
I never heard him outright say it, but that seems likely. With a discerning taste like that, I'm sure he's already made a name for himself. I'd be thrilled if my grandson were to follow his example.
Is that so?
Well, now we know the dude is some kind of merchant.
It's good information to have. Thank you for your help.
No problem. Feel free to talk to me again anytime.
I see what's going on. Mr. Hayworth comes to the village and buys up a lot of honey. And sells it because he's a trader. So, this new guy wants him out of the picture so he can monopolize the honey trade himself. And he doesn't care what happens to the village economics, because all he cares about is himself and his own profits. That is my analysis. Sorry, I was drinking water. There's been a guy in the village who's dressed to the nines. Told Gramps that I was such a capable lad. Of course, Gramps was thrilled. Dad was just flattering me, though. Alright, you got anything with our limited amount of money? Racing flags, I already have those. I love that it tells me, like, what, recipes are those used as. Sorry, it's way too early and my brain is completely and utterly lagging. Ain't nobody here. Let's check in here then. Evidently that foreigner's been around the block a few times. He immediately sensed my love for Sealy and cheered me on. A great guy. A nice man has been hanging around here lately. Here he's from a famous foreign company, but I've never heard him brag about it. It's nice to know there are still some people with class in the world. I'll talk to the two at the bar last. I'm gonna see if I find anything in the rooms. Oh. And that does it for the sheets. Before I had Stefan, I'd always wanted to be a maid at a hotel. After helping out here at the end, I have to say, it's enjoyable work. Well, that's good. Glad you enjoy it. Nothing better than when you enjoy your job. I wrote a book called True Mysteries of Crossbow from the library. The story of a man who searched for his lost head and gave me chills. It's a spooky one, alright? So, you don't have a head. How can you possibly cry out to people asking them to find it? And now it's not so scary anymore. Oh? Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner who's been visiting America Village recently. Oh, the man who's been staying here and on and off? Well, he's pleasant enough to be around. Very polite at that. Polite, huh? I see. And would you happen to know this man's name? Let me think. I believe it was Minif? Or at least that's what he wrote in the guest registry. Minif. At least we have a name to work with now. Is there anything else you can tell us about this individual? Well, he wasn't too chatty, so there's not much to tell. He did call Derek up to his room a couple times to talk about something or another. Pretty much that's all I know. Sounds like the secret meetings Chief Tolta has been worrying over. Yeah, not the most game-changing information, but it's something. Thank you for your help. Not a problem. I'm happy to be of service. If you really want to thank me, why don't you order some food while you're here? Interesting. We got a lot of information. Okay, we have more info to go off of. Now that we've spoken to the villagers. This man is named Minif, and he's believed to be a foreign merchant. He's supposedly a kind man as well. The type that's courteous, patient, and caring with kids. On the other hand, we don't know why he's here in the first place, and that's suspicious in and of itself. You make a good point. Yes, we never did learn of a motive in any of those conversations. The biggest thing that stands out is him talking with the village chief's son in secret. That doesn't pass the smell test. I agree. Smells like fish. I'm inclined to agree. It's congruent with everything else we heard. I said we should follow up on that. Wait, I'll go over by the entrance. Are they there? That's Elkin, the one who went with Derek into the city. Must have just got him back. Let's go speak to him. Okay. Let's go talk to Elkin. Yo. Excuse me, Elkin, right? We got a couple things we'd like to ask you. Oh yeah? What can I do for you? Let me guess. Going to ask about my shiny new orbital truck here? No, sorry to disappoint. Oh, really? But it's the Vern Company's latest model, and they've given it to me for real cheap. Oh? Hold on a moment. By Minif, you mean the foreigner who's been visiting the village recently, correct? Just how cheap are we talking here? Get this. I got it for the low price of just 50,000 Mira. Only 50,000? What I wouldn't give to be that lucky just once. Does the goddess have it in for me? You have a police truck. I don't want to hear it, no.
Easy, Noel. I can see you turning as green as your hat.
Sorry, force of habit. Moving past Noel's mechanophilia. The average market value of a new truck should be nearly 500,000 Mira, which makes the amount you paid exorbitantly low. It'll be like a 90% discount. Sounds more like charity than a bargain. We said the price cut was just so we could make our work easier while breaking our budget. You and Derek have been working out some sort of plan. It's coming along. Man, if I tell you, my hat's off to him.
Plan?
Shoot, Derek said I'm not supposed to talk about it. Pretend you didn't hear that. Anyway, the minute guy's the real deal. So you say. Wait a minute. Did you come back alone, Elkin? Chief told us said you and Derek went to the city together to deliver produce. We did, but Derek told me he'd catch the bus back to the village later. He said he has some business to take care of at the hotel in the entertainment district. Another meeting with Mim, if I'm guessing. Oh, we got a clue. Hey Lloyd, this could be our chance. Speak with them face to face? Probably, yeah. We should head over and check things out. Thank you for speaking with us, Elkin. This was very helpful. No problem. Not that I get what you're after, but hey, good luck all the same. Thank you. With that, we know that he works for the Vern Company. So let's go back to Crossbell City. And go to the hotel, which is in the entertainment district. I always force a habit, just move that way. Now the question is, where would he be? In what room? So do we just check all the rooms? I guess that is the plan. Oh. Found it. Right. We'll meet up again tomorrow then. I'll talk to you as always. Oh, huh? Wait, aren't you? Pardon us? You're Derek from America Village, correct? That's me. There's something I can help you with? Well, I should have opened with this, but we're with the Crossbell Police, Special Sports Section. I'd like to ask a few questions we'd like to ask. That's so. I guess my father sent you here, didn't he? Even call the police, huh? That's just rich. He had his reasons. I already know his game. Snipping around to find out what I'm up to, right? I've nothing to hide. Ask me anything you want. Not the reaction I was expecting. I'll get straight to the point then. We're told that you've been meeting in secret with a man named Mimif recently. Would you mind explaining why? Whatever. It's not as though my father can do anything about it. Mimif has been helping me out with a little project of sorts. It's all part of my plan to revolutionize the village. Oh? Revolutionize the village? Why would you keep something so important from your father? Well intended or not, doesn't it concern him just as much as does you? Tried talking to my father about this kind of thing more times than I can count. Whoever says that I've lost sight of our ideals, that making drastic changes won't solve anything. But things continue the way they are. A rural village like ours has no future. Real, meaningful reform is the only way to keep us to America alive. My father doesn't understand that one bit. I see. And it was from there that you encountered this NIS character. My father, he's actually willing to listen to my ideas. In fact, he helped me discover a huge opportunity for our villages at Pieri. I'm working with to launch a major enterprise in the near future.
You what? Can you even hear yourself right now?
Mind your own beeswax. That's all I have to say to you. You know what you came for, right? Let's get back to the village if you don't mind.
Okay.
That was rather curt. Yeah, he totally blew us off. Hey, are any of you thinking what I'm thinking? Maybe we could try speaking with this NIS guy ourselves.
Good call. Maybe it'll give us a better idea what this jamoke's all about. What do you say we show ourselves in? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Here goes nothing.
Who is it?
I don't order any room service. Excuse me, we're looking for Mr. Minif. I apologize for bothering you, but we're the Crossbow Police Special Sports Section. We have a couple of questions we'd like to ask.
Oh dear. The police officers? What did you say so sooner? Come in, the door's unlocked. This feels almost too easy somehow.
Maybe he's more of a wheeler dealer than we think. Alright, we're coming in.
I feel like he is a really big sweet talker. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Minif. What brings you in here today?
Like I said, a few simple questions we'd like to ask. We'd like you to answer. Will that be alright?
But of course, I'd be delighted to help an officer of the law. There's some kind of trouble in the area, perhaps?
Not exactly, no. This pertains to you, specifically. I want to know more about you and what brought you to America Village. Could you start by telling us about yourself?
Oh, this is a surprise. But seeing as you're police officers, I have no reason not to cooperate. Why the music stop? To reiterate, my name is Minif, and I am a corporate executive. Responsibilities range from product development to sales and operations. I'm visiting America Village to secure an important business deal on behalf of the Quincy Company. Oh, okay.
Did you say the Quincy Company?
Not ringing any bells personally. You heard of him, Mademoiselle?
In a sense, the Quincy Company is a famous international confectioner. They're one of the most prominent names in the field. You can even get their products here in Crossbell. Yeah, that does sound familiar. I think I used to buy their chocolates as a kid.
Huh. Always paid more attention to what was in the wrappers than what was on them. That's quite alright, young man. I, too, was what one might call brand blind in my youth. You see, despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. With my long-standing reputation as an irrefutable salesman, in fact, that led me to my current position. My apologies. I didn't mean to get off track with my personal milestones.
It's fine. We're the ones who asked. It's about that business deal with America Village you mentioned. What happened to have anything to do with Derek, the son of the village, Chief? He told us that it had something to do with the future of the village.
Or did he now? In that case, I suppose there's no sense of keeping those details under wraps. Yes, Derek and I have indeed built a strong working relationship over these past several days.
years. I don't know where I read years, but okay. We were aware of that much. Could you elaborate?
But of course. Wazy Company is constantly seeking out new opportunities to grow our confectionery business. As such, the head office tasked me with a project to that effect. Our goal is to gain a foothold from which we can expand into Crossbell.
In other words, you want to establish a subsidiary of the Quincy Company here in our state?
Precisely. I began my inquiry by paying a visit to the department store in the city. There I found it. A luxurious high-grade honey produced in Amorga village.
The honey is made with lotus flowers from the village's fields. I do recall Mr. Hayward praising it for its quality.
He should. The honey is the product of nature's bounty, passed down through the ages for generations. In those fields was like a goddess herself showing me the way to a brand new confectionery venture. I call it the Armorican Honey Company.
The Armorican Honey Company?
Not exactly pushing the envelope, but won't deny it's pretty catchy. Clown silly candies made primarily for Armorica Village's delectable honey. But in order to do so, we need the full cooperation of the villagers themselves. And so I approached the incoming chief, Derek, with the most magnificent proposal. As if he would oversee the construction of the factory, as well as the new business and enterprise. Whoa!
He offered to make Derek the manager of a Quincy Company subsidiary?
Naturally, my company would make full use of its sales and marketing expertise. The fields too. That would be overseen by our staff. We don't want to cause trouble for the villagers, after all. On the contrary, we wish only to ease their life's burdens.
Where do you intend on building the factory, though?
After discussing a great many possibilities, I've settled on utilizing the village's private property on Old Amorica Road. So it has only been used for storage. Derek was readily willing to agree on the arrangement.
No doubt. Almost anybody would be under those terms. Especially with how keen Derek is on revolutionizing the village. Everyone comes out a winner. Isn't that just swell?
Haha, so glad you understand. In my eyes, Derek's talents and strong sense of responsibility are more than enough to qualify him for the position. With that, I divulge all that I can. Does that answer your questions?
It does. Thank you for cooperation. I think we have much better grasp of what's going on in the village now.
Is there anything particular that you would like to discuss further?
Nope, not at the moment, no. Sorry to take your time. We'll be going now.
No problem at all, officers. Come again any time. Please, take care.
Where do we even begin? It's quite the plan they've put together. Evidently, Minif is more shrewd a man than we took him for.
Old spiel took some untangling, but it sounds like it could pay off big time. Seems too good to be true, honestly. It really does.
At any rate, I think we got all the answers we were looking for. Yeah, let's head back to our market village. Chief told us going to want to hear about this. Oh, we just teleport there. Okay.
I don't believe this. Minif is with the Quincy Company. Then there's this whole Armorican Honey Company business.
It's quite an extensive plan they have. And it involves building a factory on the village's private property, no less. Why did I take Derek as the type to pursue something like this? Has Derek returned to the village yet, by the way? That's right. I don't believe I see him around. He said he'd be returning to the village when we ran into him at the hotel.
Well, I must confess that Derek doesn't come home very often these days. He said he's been renting a room for himself at the Ashtree Inn. Of course he would. Mr. Adminov had been staying there as well. Perhaps that was Derek's reason for relocating. That way his plans to industrialize our land could proceed without my knowing. What a shameful excuse for a father I am.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. What if moving to the ash tree was actually Minif's idea rather than Derek's? It was him who was trying to keep you from catching wind of what's going on.
What do you mean?
I'll let our dashing leader here handle the details. During that first part, I'll do my best to explain. There's something more than we realized, Lloyd. Keep in mind, I'm only speculating. I'm suspicious about this Minif character. Oh, do tell.
What do you mean?
The plan he laid out for us would supposedly benefit everyone involved. Orca Village gains a new industry, while the Quincy Company gains a subsidiary in the market they want to expand in. At a glance, it all seems well and good. Almost too good to be true, don't you think? Well, now that you mention it. As another point of concern, consider the ridiculously low price at which Minif sold a new orbital truck to Elkin. In this context, we can think of it as an upfront investment. An orbital truck isn't something you give to someone at random, not at the prices they go for. I've never heard of one selling for only 50,000 mira until now.
What you two are getting at is that he knows he's going to make that mirror back, doesn't he?
It's very strange indeed. A company as large as Quincy wouldn't normally invest this much capital into an unproven startup.
They wouldn't they? I don't like where this is headed.
It leads to believe that Minif has an ulterior motive, unless guaranteed to make him a profit. This is all just conjecture, of course, but I would suggest that you keep what we're saying in mind.
I will. We have to be very careful of how we approach this matter. And kudos to the fine investigative work, SSS. I feel as though I finally understand what's going on here. Thank you for your help.
Happy to, Chief Tilta. You're saying you can handle it from here? We could continue investigating it if you like.
That's alright. You've done more than enough for now. As soon as I heard about their plans to build a factory on the property, and I could never support such a thing. I'll have to speak with Derek later and try to persuade him. Not just as his father, but as a chief.
Perhaps that would be for the best. We'll be excusing ourselves then. Don't hesitate to follow up with us if there's anything else we can do.
Of course. Be sure to call on you again if the need arises.
Stranger Danger completed. I feel like this is gonna have a part 2 later on. I really feel like this is gonna have a part 2. It's just an inkling feeling I have. But I know this episode is gonna seem very, very short, but I'm gonna leave this episode here. Simply because I'm recording this early in the morning before I have to go to work, and I don't have much time when I do this early. Yesterday, after recording the episode you guys that went live yesterday, you guys heard me with allergies. So yeah, after work I had horrible allergies, and I slept to this morning. So yeah, that's rough for me. But leaving things off here, I promise in the next episode will be longer. I do promise you guys that. We'll try to cover all the remaining quests. But leaving things off here, hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. If you have, please leave a like, comment, and share. That always helps out against that pesky YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to join the Moonlight Army today. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. If you guys want to stalk me on my social medias, the links will be in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.